Negative 12 degrees in Louisville this morning while people are still sitting in homes without power. How is your neighborhood holding up right now? Because what I am about to show you is going to change your entire weekend plans. We have got a monster storm system developing, and over the next 96 hours, we are going to see snow totals that some cities have not experienced in over a decade. I am going to break down every single hour of this event, show you exactly when it hits your area, and tell you the one thing that most forecasters are not talking about yet. But first, I need you to do something for me. Comment your location right now, your city and state, because tomorrow I am going through every single comment and giving you a personalized forecast based on your exact location. All right, let me give you what you came here for. Nashville, your snow starts Friday night around 9 p.m. Knoxville, you are looking at Friday afternoon around 4 p.m. Chattanooga, late Friday around 7 p.m. Greenville, South Carolina, Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Wilmington, North Carolina, Saturday at noon. Now, before we dive into all the details, let me tell you about the elephant in the room. We have got two different weather models that are telling us two completely different stories about how much snow is going to fall. And the difference between these scenarios is not just a few inches. We are talking about the difference between a manageable snowstorm and an absolutely crippling blizzard. The NAM model, the North American mesoscale model, has been screaming about this for 2 days. It is showing snow totals that frankly seem almost too aggressive to believe. But then we have got the GFS being more conservative. Which one is right? Well, tonight S model runs are going to start giving us clarity, and I will break all of that down for you tomorrow. Let me set the stage for what is happening meteorologically, because understanding the setup helps you understand why this storm has so much potential. We have got a strong high-pressure system parked over eastern Canada. That high is funneling Arctic air straight down from Hudson Bay into the eastern United States. At the same time, we have got a weak area of low pressure that is going to move through the Ohio Valley tonight and tomorrow. That is our first act. It is going to drop light snow across parts of the Midwest and interior Northeast. Nothing major, but it is going to cool the atmosphere down and set the table. Then on Friday, we have moisture surging northward from the Gulf of Mexico. That Gulf moisture is going to collide with this wall of cold air, and when warm, moist air runs into cold, dry air, we get lift, we get instability, and we get precipitation. But because the cold air is so dominant, so deeply entrenched, that precipitation is going to fall as snow across a huge area. But here is where it gets really interesting. Friday night into Saturday, a new low-pressure center is going to form along the South Carolina coast. This is called secondary cyclogenesis. The primary low weakens as the secondary low intensifies. And if everything comes together just right, that secondary low is going to undergo what we call bombogenesis or explosive cyclogenesis. That is when the central pressure of a storm drops at least 24 millibars in 24 hours. When that happens, you get a storm that intensifies rapidly, pulls in more moisture, generates stronger winds, and produces heavier precipitation. This low is forecast to reach a minimum pressure somewhere around 968 millibars by Sunday morning. To put that in perspective, that is equivalent to a strong Category 2 hurricane. Now, obviously, this is not a hurricane. We are not dealing with hurricane winds over land, but that pressure tells you how strong this system is going to be. Let me walk you through the progression hour by hour in key cities, because timing is everything with this storm. Memphis, Tennessee, you are going to start seeing some light snow Thursday night. Maybe a coating to an inch by Friday morning. But your main event is Friday, starting around noon, moderate to heavy snow developing, continuing through Friday night. By Saturday morning, you could have 4 to 7 inches on the ground. Jackson, Tennessee, very similar timeline starting Friday around 11 a.m., heavy at times Friday afternoon and evening, 3 to 6 inches by Saturday morning. Little Rock, Arkansas, you guys are on the western fringe of this. You might see some light snow Friday, but I think most of you are going to see rain mixing in. Maybe 1 to 3 inches of snow before it changes over. Jonesboro, up in northeast Arkansas, you are in a better position for snow, 2 to 4 inches possible Friday into Friday night. Nashville, let me be specific with you. Light snow begins Friday evening around 8 or 9 p.m. By midnight Friday night, we are talking moderate snow. Heavy snow possible Saturday morning between 3 a.m. and 9 a.m. This is when you are going to see the bulk of your accumulation. I think Nashville proper is looking at 5 to 9 inches. The northern suburbs, Hendersonville, Goodlettsville, you might see 6 to 10 inches. Southern suburbs, Brentwood, Franklin, maybe 4 to 8 inches. And here is something you need to watch. If we get any sleet mixing in Friday night, that is going to cut down your snow totals but create more dangerous road conditions. Right now, the models are showing this staying mostly snow, but temperatures are going to be hovering right around 32 degrees. So we have to watch that closely. Clarksville, Tennessee, you are north of Nashville, so you are going to stay colder. 6 to 10 inches looks likely for you, all snow, no mixing. Cookeville, over in the eastern part of the state, you are going to get into some elevation, 4 to 8 inches, starting Friday evening. Knoxville, you are in the foothills of the Appalachians, and that is going to work in your favor for snow totals. This starts for you Friday afternoon, earlier than most areas, because you are further east. Light snow around 3 or 4 p.m. Friday, moderate to heavy snow Friday evening and overnight, tapering off Saturday morning. Snow totals for Knoxville, I think we are looking at 7 to 12 inches. The higher elevations south of the city toward the Smokies could see even more, maybe 10 to 15 inches. Chattanooga, you are in an interesting spot down in the valley. Snow arrives Friday evening around 7 p.m., heavy at times overnight Friday into Saturday morning. I think you are looking at 5 to 9 inches. Now, there is a small chance you could see some mixing with sleet if temperatures rise slightly, but right now it looks like mostly snow. Huntsville, Alabama, you guys are going to get hit pretty good. Snow starts Friday evening, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., heavy overnight, continuing into Saturday morning. Huntsville, I think you are looking at 6 to 11 inches. Decatur, similar numbers, 5 to 10 inches. And up toward the Tennessee line, Madison County could see some spots with 12 inches. Birmingham, Alabama, this is tricky for you. You are on that western edge where we might see some mixing. Snow starts Friday night around 8 or 9 p.m., but we could see some sleet mixing in overnight. If it stays all snow, 4 to 7 inches is possible. If we get sleet mixing, that could cut totals down to 2 to 5 inches. I will have better clarity on that tomorrow. Montgomery, Alabama, you are probably going to see mostly rain with this system. Maybe some snow or sleet mixing in Friday night, but I do not think you are going to see significant accumulation. Columbus, Georgia, same story. Mostly rain, maybe a brief period of sleet, not much snow expected. But then we go up to Augusta, Georgia, and things change dramatically. Augusta, you could be in the bullseye for this. Snow arrives Saturday morning around 6 a.m., heavy snow Saturday afternoon and evening, continuing into early Sunday morning. Augusta, we could be talking about 8 to 13 inches. This could be historic for you. The last time you saw snow like this was probably 2014, and before that, you have to go back to the 90s. Macon, Georgia, you are south of the heavy snow, but you could still see 3 to 6 inches Saturday. Savannah, down on the coast, this is where the coastal low is going to develop nearby, so you